Hello and welcome, everyone. My name is Erin Paige, and I am known as the Dream Igniter. Dream stands for Dare Radiantly Every Day and Moment. I speak to groups. I have a women's platform called Love You Girl, LUVYAGIRL.love. And you can check that out if you are interested. I wanted to take just a few minutes of your time. Actually, I'm just going to call it a 10-minute break and talk about the word opportunity. Opportunity was the word of the month in my Love You Girl newsletter. To give you an idea, I have a deck of cards. It's called Messages from Light, and it's just a meditation deck. And I found these when I was visiting a friend in Utah, one of my dearest friends, and they spoke to me. And so what I do is I just kind of, shuffle the cards, and usually one falls out that I'm supposed to talk about. And the word opportunity came out. And so I'd like to just take a few minutes to talk about what that means and maybe ask some thought-provoking questions for you to think about that word. And with this particular card and the drawing here, it really almost is kind of this portal-like light that's coming out, and she's gazing into it. And there's a moment of what I consider wonder and, what could be on the other side of kind of this darkness that she's in right now. And what are the opportunities on the other side, and how can she make that happen? How can she move forward towards that? When I looked up the actual definition of opportunity, it was a set of circumstances that makes it possible to do something. Makes it possible. Okay, it doesn't mean that it's actually going to happen. It makes it a possibility. And really, ultimately, it all relies and resides in our ability to take that possibility and turn it into a reality. And so those opportunities ultimately are those portal openings, are those door openings for us to take a look at where we are in our lives, where we are in our personal lives and our professional lives, what's going on within each one of us, and what is the opportunity, what opportunity has presented itself for me to be able to move forward with confidence and without self-sabotage. And if you're like me, that self-sabotage can get in the way sometimes of opportunity, of that unrest, that uneasiness, that assuredness that we do have everything that we could ever want to make happen in our lives. We have that within ourselves. And we can get that really muddled with all the perceptions and the opinions and all that's going on with, our outside world sometimes. And we kind of forget to go inside. And so I came across a quote, and it's very relevant to some of the things that I have had to deal with. And I would ask, I'm going to ask a question of you at the end of the quote. So the quote is, teachers open the doors, but you must enter by yourself. And that's a Chinese proverb. So we can take all the education courses, we can take all the self-motivation, we can go to spiritual retreats, we can go to church retreats, we can go to all of these uplifting conferences, and many of them cost a lot of money, and we can invest in, coaches and teachers, if you will, and guides. But if we're not willing to take the door that's been opened for us through their words and through their insight and their knowledge and their wisdom, if we're not willing to step forward through that threshold of the door that's been built for us, it will never happen. So what is it within you? And I would take a minute I'm always walking around with a notebook and a pen, or even my voice notes. I'll take voice notes on my phone. What's holding you back from an opportunity? What's holding you back from taking even just a baby step across that threshold of the door that has been provided for you? What's holding you back? And what would it look like? What would it look like if you were this woman right here and you're gazing? But what if you actually took that gaze and you went through that portal, you went through that door, you went through that moment of fear? We all deal with fear. I say that fear is forget everything and reframe. Reframe your mind. Reframe and look at things differently. What if I don't go through here? What if I don't go through this door that's been built for me, or that the teachers have provided for me? Or, what if I don't say yes? What does that mean for me? What does that mean for the world? What if I am that one drop of water that creates a massive ripple? What if I am that ripple rock for someone else? What if I don't take that? What's going to be left behind? What's not going to be discovered? What's not going to shift all humanity? Everything starts with our thought, and then opportunity comes, and we have to take that thought and we have to move forward in action. So what's holding you back? What would happen if you took that step through the door and then reverse it? And what would happen if I stayed back? What are the risks? There's risks either way. So why not move forward? As I say, you've got a 50-50 shot. It's either a yes or a no, or it's a good or a not so good thing. And that's okay, because every time that we move forward and it ends up not being something that's of our highest and greatest good, we've discovered it. And now we know that we don't want to do it again. And it's okay to take a few steps back and take an opportunity to observe all of that, what has transpired, but never stay in place. I mean, think about the clouds. I had a wonderful coffee with a friend of mine today, and he's a creative and in film, and he did a promotional video for me. So we were just we were touching base, and we really got into a great conversation, and the conversation about clouds. And because he was asking me, he goes, well, how do you hear or see your angels or your guides, and how do they come through? And I said, a lot of times they come through clouds. And I said, not only is it a reminder when I see the movement of the clouds and the lightness and the effortlessness that they float throughout the sky, and the beautiful shapes, and it's really a reminder that we're in constant movement. Blood's flowing through us all the time. It's shifting and changing and navigating, and it's the old cells, they die off, and the blood takes it to where it needs to go to release those from the body, and then new ones are developed, and we're just in this constant state of motion. So even if you are kind of pulling the the bow back so you can release the arrow, it's okay. Just observe what worked for me in that moment, what didn't work for me in that moment, and reframe, get rid of the fear, and open yourself up to the beautiful portal of opportunity that awaits you in the next moment, and the next opportunity that arises. You'll be able to use your discernment. You'll be able to navigate through that decision of, is this the right opportunity for me? If I go this direction, Is it for my highest and greatest good? Or is it something that I need to step back from and wait for the next one? So there's my timer. I said I really only wanted to take 10 minutes of your time to send you an uplifting message. And opportunity is the word of the day. And, you know, if you have, if you're looking for ways to navigate through that process of taking on new opportunities and you're not sure, you know, I have a whole community of people that are here to help you. I am here to help you if you need it. Let us know. Let me know what you're looking for. What is the opportunity that awaits you? What is the door that has been built for you and is ready to be opened and is ready and like beckoning you to walk through it? And then I have one more quote, speaking of doors. So Milton Berle, if opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. So if the opportunities aren't there, you might have to open yourself up to building your own and seek help, seek those teachers to help you build that door so you can go through. So yeah, this is Erin Paige. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for sharing this moment in time with me. And we'll see you in the next video. Take care, you guys. Bye. Love ya.